Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. If you're a focused learner looking to completely transform how you communicate, you are definitely in the right place. Today, we're breaking down Donald Miller's revolutionary framework from his bestseller, Building a StoryBrand 2.0. We're going to take some pretty complex marketing concepts and distill them into a clear visual structure that you can start applying literally today.
Let's be real for a second and start with a hard truth. Why do so many businesses feel like they're just throwing their marketing budget straight into a black hole? It's incredibly frustrating, isn't it? I mean, you've got a great product. You know for a fact it can help people, but thousands of companies are forced to close their doors every single year. And the tragic part? It's almost never because they didn't have a great product. It's because potential customers simply couldn't figure out how that product would actually make their lives better. Bottom line, if your message is confusing, your customers are just going to walk away.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our mental map for today's explainer. 1. Why your marketing fails. 2. The customer is the hero. 3. The 7-part StoryBrand framework. 4. The StoryBrand brand script. And finally, 5. Clarify message, grow business. So jumping right into section 1, why your marketing fails.
You know, without a concrete proven formula, businesses end up wasting massive amounts of time and money broadcasting a message that actually sabotages their own success. And here is the core realization you need to make right now. People do not automatically buy the best products in the marketplace. Nope, they buy the products they can understand the fastest. Human beings are constantly trying to conserve energy. When you use a story, it acts as a sense-making device. It organizes information so people don't have to burn too many mental calories trying to figure out what you're offering. If you make them work too hard to decode your message, they're just going to conserve their energy, tune you out, and move straight on to your competitors.
All right, moving on to section 2, the customer is the hero.
Now, this brilliantly illustrates the biggest paradigm shift you need to make to fix a broken strategy. It's a real game changer. So many brands take the self-sabotaging approach of making themselves the hero of the story. But when you act like the hero, your customer has absolutely no idea where they fit into the narrative. The winning strategy, and communication expert Nancy Duarta totally nails this, is that you must position your customer as Luke Skywalker. They are the hero. Your brand is Yoda. You are the guide, stepping into their story with the exact wisdom and tools they need to win the day.
Which brings us to section 3, the 7-part StoryBrand framework.
Now, what's really interesting about this framework is that it isn't just some trendy marketing tactic. It's basically a summation of best practices tested by storytellers over thousands of years to capture and hold human attention. It's a visual roadmap of our psychology. Every great movie, book, or play follows some variation of this exact path. A character who has a problem and meets a guide who gives them a plan and calls them to action that helps them avoid failure and ends in a success. When you map your business to these 7 plot points, you create a seamless path that customers can easily, intuitively follow.
So let's break these down, starting with step 1, a character. A story simply does not start until the hero wants something. In your business, you have to define a specific ambition or goal your customer has as it relates to your brand. The exact moment you define what they want, you create what is called narrative traction. This is that magical moment of engagement where your audience leans in and wonders, wait, will the hero actually get what they want? But a goal means absolutely nothing without an obstacle, right? Step 2 is that the hero has a problem. And the StoryBrand framework identifies 3 distinct levels to this problem. The external problem is the physical, tangible issue, like needing a reliable car. The internal problem is how that external issue actually makes them feel. Maybe they're frustrated or embarrassed. And the philosophical problem is why it's just plain wrong for them to be dealing with this in the first place, like everyone deserves safe transportation. When your marketing addresses all 3 of these levels, you connect with your customer at their absolute deepest point of need. Right when the hero is at the peak of their despair with these problems, step 3 happens. They meet a guide. And hey, that's you. To be an effective guide, you must demonstrate empathy, showing you genuinely care about their internal frustration, and competency, proving you have the authority to actually help them. Think of Mary Poppins. She didn't arrive to find herself, right? She arrived completely competent, totally sure of her philosophy, and entirely focused on serving the Banks family. And that naturally leads to step 4, where the competent guide provides a clear plan to help the hero overcome their challenges. You show them exactly what steps to take next.
But a plan alone just isn't enough, because people are naturally hesitant. This leads us to step 5. You must call them to action. You literally have to challenge the hero to place an order, schedule an appointment, or register today. And to make that call to action actually effective, you need step 6, helping them avoid failure. You must clearly but tactfully communicate the negative stakes. What happens if they don't buy your product? What frustration will they just continue to endure? Honestly, if there are no stakes, there is no story.
But the story doesn't end there. Step 7 is perfectly summarized in this quote right from the source material. Never assume people know how your brand can change their lives. Tell them. You have to clearly cast an aspirational vision of a successful ending. I mean, think about it. Nike promises to bring inspiration to every athlete. Starbucks offers to inspire and nurture the human spirit. You have to explicitly tell your customers what their transformed, successful life will look like after they engage with your brand.
All right, let's move right into section 4, the StoryBrand brand script.
Let's move to see how this builds from just abstract storytelling theory into a highly practical tool that brings these concepts into the real world for your business. Enter the StoryBrand brand script worksheet. What I absolutely love about this is that your entire brand message, all 7 of those powerful storytelling elements we just discussed, sits beautifully on a single sheet of paper. It acts like a weight loss plan for your messaging, stripping away all that confusing noise until you are left with lean, muscular messaging that your customers will finally listen to.
And that brings us to our final section, number 5, clarify message, grow business.
So now it's time to synthesize what we've learned and actually gets you some results. Your next move as a focused learner comes down to 3 super simple execution steps. First, if you have the book, read through each of the 7 chapters detailing these elements. Second, brainstorm potential messages for your specific product or service under each category. And third, review that brainstorm and decide on the most specific, powerful messages to lock into your brand script. By following these steps, you're going to stop speaking corporate jargon and start speaking the universal language of storytelling.
To wrap up today's explainer, I really want to leave you with this single provocative question. Where is your brand taking people? Are you taking them to financial security? To a stress-free weekend? Every potential customer you meet is subconsciously asking themselves where you can take them. Your job is to define that aspirational vision, play the role of the competent guide, and invite them into a story where they win. So grab a brand script, clarify your message, and go build a story brand that customers simply cannot ignore.